NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, has anchored transatlantic security since World War II, uniting North America and Europe under a promise: an attack on one is an attack on all. For decades, this alliance deterred conflict and fostered peace, with the United States as its backbone, providing military might, economic power, and crucial leadership. Without US commitment, NATO's deterrence would be weakened, leaving Europe exposed. But today, that commitment is under scrutiny, not from an external threat, but from within America itself. Former President Donald Trump has openly questioned the automatic nature of US support, turning a steadfast security guarantee into a transactional deal. This rhetoric has rattled allies, forcing them to reconsider their reliance on America and contemplate standing alone against threats. The debate over America's role in NATO now challenges the very foundation of the alliance and the future of collective defense. The world is watching as the answers will shape global stability for years to come. At NATO's core is Article 5, a binding pledge that an attack on one member is an attack on all, ensuring a unified response. Trump's recent comments, casting doubt on this commitment, strike at the heart of NATO's credibility. For deterrence to work, adversaries must believe the US will respond without hesitation. Any ambiguity weakens that deterrent and invites risk. Trump's skepticism isn't new. During his presidency, he questioned whether allies would defend the US in return. Yet after 9/11, NATO invoked Article 5 for the first and only time to defend America. For Eastern European nations, the US guarantee is vital to their sovereignty. Any hint of conditionality creates anxiety and forces them to rethink their security strategies. As experts warn, doubts about US commitment could push allies to appease American demands just to keep the alliance intact. Trump's main critique of NATO centers on defense spending, arguing that European allies aren't paying their fair share and burdening the US. He's pushed for a dramatic increase in spending, from the long-standing 2% of GDP target to an unprecedented 5%, a level even the US doesn't meet. Trump has made US protection explicitly conditional on these financial targets, threatening to withhold defense from delinquent allies. This approach has pressured European leaders to boost their budgets, but also fueled division and resentment within the alliance. The debate has shifted from shared strategy to acrimonious negotiations over money, undermining unity. While some allies have increased spending, the public framing of them as freeloaders has damaged trust. The focus on financial contributions risks weakening the cohesion that makes NATO effective. The alliance now faces internal discord at a time when unity is most needed. Across Europe, Trump's stance has sparked deep concern, especially in countries like Poland and the Baltics, where the US guarantee is seen as essential. The prospect of a conditional alliance forces these nations to confront their own vulnerability. In response, many European countries are increasing defense spending, hoping to reassure both Washington and themselves. Yet meeting sharply higher targets is a major challenge. Spain, for example, has voiced strong opposition. NATO's Secretary General urges Europe to focus on real action, not just rhetoric, and to take greater responsibility for its own security. The push for strategic autonomy is gaining ground, as leaders realize they can't rely on the US as they once did. But this shift exposes rifts within NATO, with some members struggling to keep up, threatening the alliance's unity. As debates over budgets intensify, the risk grows that NATO could become more fragmented and less decisive just when global instability is rising. The debate over America's role and allied spending puts NATO at a crossroads. If the US is seen as unreliable, Europe may seek new security arrangements, risking a fractured continent. A weakened NATO would embolden adversaries like Russia and China, increasing the risk of conflict. The alliance's stability has underpinned decades of global prosperity and peace. Eroding trust in NATO could disrupt economies, rattle markets, and threaten the security architecture that benefits millions. The future of NATO is about more than military might. It's about the world order we want to live in. Will alliances and trust prevail, or will nations turn inward and act alone? The outcome will shape global security and prosperity for generations.